Ethan Dunn, Declan Neary, Luke Shacklock, James Hennigan, Matthew Knack, Sam Costley and Brecon Price Davis will try and ID those athletes as they get off the start line. Great to see. We've got wave lights for the 2 steeplechase races. We have got pacemakers for so many of the races, but to find a pacemaker for a steeplechase can just be super tough, and I think there's a good choice here from the organisers to use wave light instead of an actual pacemaker, just to give everybody the opportunity to race.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there, Hannah. And I think when you look at the logistics of having an event as well, these pacemakers are often jumping back in after their race. So when you've got a steeplechase at the start of the programme, it can be a really tricky time to actually get a pacemaker involved here, because athletes realistically either want a competitive opportunity to race the steeplechase because they are pretty few and far between, or they want to jump in afterwards to get some more training in throughout their evening. So I think it's a really good move to have the wave lights here. And it looks like we've got one of the athletes, Declan Neary, leading us out at the moment, looking pretty strong and comfortable over the early barriers.
That's a good run in there from Declan Neary, and we always talk about this in steeplechase, but there's this idea that leading is harder than following, and I think that's debunked a little bit in the steeplechase. You get a great look at the barriers, and I think Declan Neary is doing a really good job getting to the lead here. He's not raced all that much this year, but he's a very consistent top 8 finisher in the British Championships over the last few years, so he's so comfortable in this company, Declan Neary. And he's just leading the Southampton man, Sam Costley, at the moment, who is the fastest in the field. He's done 6:05 this year, 6:46 last year. And you can see Sam Costley just 600 metres in. He's lost patience a little bit, and he's gone past Declan Neary already. Great run last week for Costley, taking 5th at the British Championships. And maybe he's hoping to get underneath that 6-minute mark this evening.
Yeah, it'd be great if we could see athletes go under. See if athletes could go under that 6-minute barrier. Excuse the pun there, barrier steeplechase, but it's a good way to start the evening. You can see that chase group's trying to hold on to our lead pair at the moment. I feel like once you get cut adrift in the steeplechase, it does become a really tough event.
Yeah, it definitely does, and it's brilliant to see Costley and Neary working together here. That's 2 laps done, just around about 2:24. So, 72s would give you 6 minutes on the nose. That's 2:24. So they are moving right on that 6-minute barrier, along with those wave lights as well. So they are getting plenty of help from those wave lights. I'm sure they'll be very, very glad of them.
Yeah, absolutely. The laps in the steeplechase, I think that these athletes they'll be very grateful for that drop down from the 3K mark. I think, and the 2K will feel practically a sprint in comparison. The final 500 metres will maybe feel a little bit tough, like running through treacle by the end of it, I imagine, but that K less will be a godsend at this point in the season. You can see even there, coming over the water jump, a slight bit of fatigue.
I think you're so right. Like just whatever, lining up for this race, if you were feeling a bit nervous, if you were feeling a bit lacklustre, just knowing it's a kilometre shorter than you've been doing all season. And Costley, I mentioned that 5th at the British Champs, so it was so good. And his 6:05 season's best was a solo run at the NALs, where I'm fairly sure they don't have wave lights. They don't brought those out for the NAL, but at the moment Sam Costley's just holding on. You can see the green wave light slightly ahead of him. That's on 5:45 pace. So they're doing a good job here at operating under 6-minute pace. But Sam Costley is definitely pushing at the front. But Declan Neary, I think when you're overtaken just 600 metres into a race, it's easy for your head to go down. But Declan Neary, for me, he's definitely sticking to his task here. And perhaps he knows this 2K might suit him better than the full 3K. He was, I think he was 8th at the British Championships behind Costley. So Costley got the better of him over that 3K last week. But at the moment, Declan Neary, with 600 metres to go, he's just finding a bit of an injection of energy for me.
Yeah, I think you're right, and you can see there was a real surge as we headed into that water jump there. I mean, metres can be won and lost over the water jump, as with any barrier, but the water especially, the efficiency really is key. But there was a slight stutter on the barrier on the back straight. Costley looking like he just caught his foot a little bit coming off the barrier, and that could be showing of the fatigue setting in, and Neary, I reckon, will be capitalising on that. And you can see there he is sneaking up on the inside as we head into these final stages. And you mentioned earlier, Hannah, about how when you're leading the steeplechase, it gives you a better look at the barrier, and it's almost nicer than being chased in another race. It's a nice position to be in. and perhaps slightly easier. With the wave lights here as well, I think they've got a fantastic setup in these front ones, and Neary has really made his move now.
Yeah, it was a really good spot there from you, Rosie, with Sam Costley. I think that, like you say, a stumble at the barrier was almost the precursor to the wheels falling off ever so slightly for the Southampton guys. Really struggling down the back straight here, and to the detriment of Sam Costley's, that pacemaking hasn't suited him. But Declan Neary had a great ride on the coattails of Sam Costley there for a few laps, and now the City of York man striding away on the back straight. He's just got 2 barriers to left. One of them is a water jump though, and that's always nerve-wracking when you're watching a steeple. Nicely navigated from Declan Neary. You can kick out of that. Sam Costley has done well to get over that barrier safely. We did have Price Davis, the Swansea man, in third last time I checked, but here comes Declan Neary. One more barrier to go, safely over that, and he looks perhaps content with the win here. Declan Neary has got a lifetime best of 5:49. He's going to be just outside that, but a great season's best for him from a man that I think has had some injury issues this season because he hasn't raced all that much. But to be close to his personal best within 3 seconds or so of it, great run from him, and a season's best from Sam Costley. And I think that perhaps was Price Davis celebrating over the line. I wonder if he's managed to, he would have smashed his personal best. I think it's at 6:09 at the moment.
Yeah, we'll wait for the official results to come through, but it looks like it could have been a pretty good day at the office for him. And we've got the replay coming in now. That decisive move as we headed into the bell. 400 metres to go. And that's where Neary decided that this race was going to be his.
I think it was very good patience off Neary. It was kind of enough to get it going in those first few laps, and then he was happy to let Sam Costley do some work. But he was ready to strike. The moment Sam Costley started faltering, Declan Neary was straight on it. He didn't just wait till the last 200, the last 300. He was keen to get it going, and he's trying to pick Sam Costley up off the ground here. That was Price Davis in third place. He's going over to check the time. I think he would have beaten that personal best of 6:09, but like we say, we will wait for the official results. They're on Athletic Live throughout the evening if you want to keep up to date with those. But that first event, pacemaking masterpiece from Declan Neary of City of York. Brave effort from Sam Costley, Southampton. He did hold on for that second place, and Price Davis, if he's run a personal best when he ran most of that race alone, that's pretty impressive.